So, a show from my childhood is officially coming to an end. I want to talk about that. For those who don't know, I'm actually talking about a show called Caillou. For those who don't know, Caillou was a kids' cartoon on PBS Kids, by some miracle, whose main target audience was towards kids. But if we're being honest, it was a bad show for kids. I don't know how this show made it on TV for as long as it did, but it didn't really deserve it in the long run. Because on multiple instances of this show, it's just basically this kid throwing a fit and getting his way. Now, you may be wondering, Rampage, why are you talking about a kids show getting canceled finally? Well, let me tell you the reason. I honestly think that this show being canceled. Well, my phone will not stay up. I honestly think this show being canceled will help in the long run. Because if we're being honest, a lot of kids who watched this show thought that because he threw a fit and got his way, that if they were to throw a fit, they could get their way. Well, that's not how it works. And kids learn that, sure, but this show didn't help anyone in the long run, if we're being honest. This kid literally got away with a lot. And I mean he got away with a lot to the point where basically the show was just and my camera cut out. But anyway, what I mean by him getting away with a lot is to the point where kids would eventually imitate this character, because kids, they imitate stuff. And they would possibly imitate this character, which I guarantee 99% of the viewers did imitate this character, thinking just because he threw a fit and got his way, they could throw a fit and get their way, when that's not how it works. But also, no surprise here, there were even some episodes that were banned here in the US to the point where we wouldn't be able to watch them on TV, which I'm kind of glad about. I think that would have helped in the long run. I think if we're being honest here, it's a pretty big decision for a kids network as big as PBS Kids. But honestly, I think it will help in the long run because, yeah, a lot of people might get mad at me for saying that, or a lot of people might agree with me, but I think a lot of the world is going to be happy because, like I said, this kid got away with a lot in his own show. So, so my thoughts on the show being canceled. I definitely think it will help in the long run. Like I've been saying this entire video, sure, it's gonna hurt a lot of people because this show was a lot of people's childhoods, myself included, but I'm not really hurt about it, to be honest. Because, well, looking back on it, I kind of don't know how I got into this show. But then again, I was a kid, and kids get into quite a lot of cartoons at the age I watched the show. I was about maybe 5 when I watched it. I stopped watching it when I was 6, I'm gonna say. I don't know. I think I stopped watching it when I was 6. And then, like, around 7, I wasn't allowed to watch it anymore, which around the time I wasn't even watching it at all, but at 7 years old I wasn't allowed to watch it because how he just basically threw a fit, thinking he could get his way, and, yeah. But in reality, the show was not doing anyone any favors. It was just making it to where kids would imitate the character thinking they could do what he does to get their way. Because he was a spoiled kid. Very spoiled. And in reality, that doesn't help anything. It don't. So honestly, my personal opinion, I'm kind of glad the show's getting canceled because I would not let my kid watch this show. I'm not planning on having no kids, but if I were to have a kid in the future, I would not let my kid watch this show. I'm being honest. But in reality, I think we can all agree this kid got away with way too much.